Sewers are always below you, whether you live in a small town or a big city. You're never really too far from one. There's a strange thought. It's great that they exist, obviously, carrying away all of our waste, but we don't often like to think about them. Maybe this will make you think about them more though as we take a look at some really weird sewer finds from all over the world. My name is Danny Burke and this is the top 10 strange sewer discoveries.
Anything could be down there. It could be
rings,
big stuff.
coins, nudity, that's all part
kinds
of
of
the fun.
stuff.
The two of you are walking around in the sewers naked looking for rings and coins.
You feel it with your feet.
Starting off at number 10 now, we have the Fatb. I really hope you guys are not eating for this one. In September 2017, a mass of congealed fat was found in a London sewer so big that it was referred to simply as a fatberg. It weighed the same as 11 double-decker buses and stretched the length of 2 football pitches. It was found during a blockage investigation of London's old sewer network. It was made up of fat, baby wipes and nappies. Officials say if they'd found it any later, it would have risked raw sewage flooding onto the streets of East London. It took a team of workmen 3 weeks to break it apart. The head of the waste network described it as a total monster. I love that. It's a hard life being a fatberg. Next up at number 9 now, we have big teeth. In 2016, Florida resident Louis Camacho went outside his home to collect his post. At that point, he felt a strong vibration under the ground below him. He realized it was coming from the sewer drain in the road. He grabbed his camera and this is what he saw. Did you guys hear that hiss as well? I would be pretty scared at that point. Animal control was called in to remove the alligator. Mr. Camacho said he wasn't that scared though. He was more scared of the 300-pound bear that had appeared behind his house the week before. This story is definitely from Florida. At number 8 now, we have half a Mini. If you guys don't know what a Mini is, it's this, an iconic little British car. You can expect to see them on roads all over the world, but one place you might not see it is a sewer, especially just half of one. That's exactly what happened though in 2014. The Thames Water Company pulled half a Mini from a London sewer while investigating sewer blockages. It's a really weird one. Simply finding a car in a sewer raises a lot of questions. Finding half a car raises even more. Moving on to number 7 now, we have Placenta. This is a strange story coming from Chicago in 2009 where sewer workers found a placenta, the organ that provides unborn babies with oxygen and nutrients during a pregnancy. The police called in Julie Pride, head of the public health district, who said it was one of the weirdest calls she had ever received. Officials suspect it was dumped into the sewer by a midwife or veterinarian trying to avoid paying for a proper medical waste disposal service. An investigation did find human DNA on it, but it needed further testing because the sewage system is just so full of human DNA anyway. Next up at number 6 now, we have dinosaur fossils. In August 2010, workers digging in a sewer tunnel in Edmonton, Alberta found some strange looking bones in the dirt. The foreman called police in to rule out the possibility they had unearthed human remains. What they really found turned out to be more extraordinary than that. The remains were parts of a large limb bone from a dinosaur known as Edmontosaurus and a tooth from an Albertosaurus. I had to Google that they were actually real dinosaurs because these Edmontosaurus and Albertosaurus remains were found in Edmonton in the province of Alberta. So yeah, I didn't quite believe it, but they are totally real. Sorry for doubting it. Moving on to number 5 now, we have the grenade. Rob Smith is an engineer from the UK who is in charge of sewer maintenance. In an interview with the BBC about some of his strangest sewer finds, he once said he found a hand grenade at 2 in the morning. He took it to the surface and put it on the ground with a marker next to it. He then called the police and got back on with his work in the sewer. A few hours later, the police contacted him. Rob asked them if the grenade was actually live. They said, "You don't want to know," and I think that answered his question. Next up at number 4 now, we have seaweed. That's just my name for it. This is a bizarre story coming from Washington, USA. Sewer authorities there stumbled across a small forest of marijuana plants in a sewer. They concluded that it must have come from seeds that were flushed down toilets and had managed to take root, absorbing the nutrients that passed by them. They harvested the plants and took them to be destroyed. Before doing so though, the police weighed them. Their street value came in at over $1,400. Next up at number 3 now, we have the baby. This is quite a sad story coming from Sydney in 2014. Some cyclists there were passing a roadside drain when they heard cries, and when they went to investigate, they found a week-old baby. The baby boy was rushed to hospital where he remained in a serious but stable condition. It appears the baby survived for a few days purely on its own fat reserves. He was wrapped up in a hospital blanket which police used to track down down the mother. She was deemed to have mental conditions and given 1 year and 9 months in prison for attempted murder. Moving on to number 2 now, we have the wedding ring. In 1988, Larry Matty was a patient at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota. Somehow his wedding ring slipped off when he was there. He and his wife Linda tried looking for it everywhere but failed to find it. A few months later, plumber Dale Grobe found it while he was unplugging the hospital's sewer main. He put it in the hospital's lost and found section, but it remained there unclaimed for 6 months. After that, Dale decided to take it home and give it to his wife. She wore it for 25 years, and then in 2015 she was at a party when they met a man whose parents had the same names as those inscribed on the ring. They quickly realized that this was Larry and Linda's son and returned the ring to them. Incredible story, if I'm honest. This could have been the plot to Lord of the Rings if it was a PG-90 sitcom. And finally, number 1 now, we have the luxury watch. In February 2012, a street cleaner found a gold Rolex watch in an English drain worth £21,000. That's just under 30,000 US dollars. The honest guy handed it in at the nearest police station, but it had not been registered, lost or stolen. If it had not been claimed, he would have been allowed to keep it. However, the owner did eventually come forward to claim it. He said that it had been stolen during a burglary and was originally a gift from his wife, who had since passed away. The owner, who did not want to be named, thanked the street cleaner and gave him a reward for his integrity and honesty. What do you guys think most people would have done in that situation? I like to think we all would have done the same. I don't know though. Am I being naive? Let me know. And of course, as always, let me know all of your thoughts on all of the stories we've talked about. Have you guys ever found anything strange in a drain or sewer yourself? Please don't go searching for things in sewers now, guys. They generally aren't the best places to be in life. I'm sure you already know that though. Thanks for watching as always. My name is Danny Burke, and I will see you all in the next video.